What did you think of Louis tonight?
I thought Louis battled. We talked before the game. He was attacking. I thought he threw strikes tonight. Just wasn't executing. He hung more pitches than he has his previous few outings. Just seemed like he wasn't getting the pitch when he needed to. They did a great job. I mean, they took what we gave them all night long. They were throwing singles out there left and right, hit a couple homers. They just kept the line moving. Tip your cap to them. They had a great offensive night. Louis wasn't at his best, but still kept us in the game, gave us a chance.
What is it about Miley that makes him so effective still in his career?
He knows where to put the ball. He crowds righties with that cutter, and he throws just enough changeups to get you in between. And then he's got the four seam. The four seam has a little more velo this year than it has in years past. So I think, he knows how to pitch. He's a veteran. He's been around for a really long time, and he knows how to pitch. He works quickly. He disrupts your timing. Like I said, Wade Miley's a great pitcher, has been for a really long time. And that cutter and changeup, they're still very good pitches.
Pickoff move when he got Lane. I know when you look at the screen and everything, it looks like he's leaning going home, but how hard is that every year first to pick up and not know?
We don't call balks correctly.
What do you think of the at-bats Lane had in his first game back?
It was great to see him back. I thought, the previous game before he went back on the IL, I thought was his best swings he had taken since, coming off the IL the first time. And he picked up right where he left off. I mean, worked a couple walks, but his swings are right there. I mean, he's right on the ball. So it's just nice to have Lane back. I mean, it's such a jolt for our team and our lineup.
What do you see with, and if you've answered this previously about that, what have you seen with Bo just in what he's been able to do over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, Bo's been, like we've talked about all year, Bo's been hitting the ball hard, just not getting results, and he's made some slight changes mechanically just with his setup. His move's a lot shorter, and he's more direct. He's in the zone a lot longer with his bat path. For a while there, he was starting to get steep in and out, and to his credit, he identified it and talked with our hitting team, and our hitting team, they put their heads together, and Bo's just been outstanding offensively.
3 years tonight. How do you guys correct that going forward?
We did not play our brand of baseball tonight at all. This is the first night I've watched us, and we didn't look like ourselves. We need to take better care of the baseball. We need to run the bases better. We need to have better at-bats, and we need to throw more strikes. We haven't been ourselves. We've faced some really tough teams the last few weeks, but we're a really good team too. But tonight was the first night I just felt like we didn't look like us. So stay the course. Get back to being us. We have a lot of guys trying to do too much right now. Back off. Just go play baseball and have fun. That's what makes this team great. That's what makes this group great. We just got to get back to being us.
Was there some confusion on when Bo went down to second base and it was a walk and with the bad throw and the air guy that goes to third?
I think it was just that. I think it was just the throw skipped away. I don't know if there was any confusion. Pitch looked pretty good. So maybe Bo hesitated a little bit, but he made his throw. The throw just went into center field.
Louis, were the Reds hitters more aggressive than you expected them to be tonight?
¿Quizá los bateadores de los Reds están más agresivos de lo que tú esperabas hoy?
No, ellos están agresivos, ellos una vez están cayéndole arriba, ellos están timeando bien.
I mean, they were aggressive. They were on top of it. Their timing was good.
You face a team as recently as you do, like you faced them in late May, and now you faced them again. Like, what kind of challenge does that present, and how do you go about, planning for the second time is so quickly afterwards?
¿Qué reto presenta enfrentarse a un equipo tan seguido así como te enfrentaste recientemente en la casa de ellos y ahora qué diferente hace esa preparación para enfrentarte con alguien que ya te ha enfrentado recientemente?
Yo digo que nada diferente, yo trabajé para esto, ¿me entiendes? Estoy trabajando cada día más para ellos, cada salida que me toca hacer mi trabajo. Simplemente que ellos están haciendo su trabajo también, como yo también lo hago, que ellos se están preparando. Yo me preparé muy bien, yo agarré, salí a competir, pude hacer todo lo que yo pude hacer por el equipo, quise dar mi 100%, lo estaba dando, ¿me entiendes? Y ellos me cayeron arriba.
Yeah, I mean, obviously nothing changes in the preparation. Everything's the same. You got to prepare the same, like every outing, every preparation you do before that. And it seems that they also did their homework. They were prepared. They had a plan of attack, but I was confident that I was giving them 100%, and I was able to compete in a way, but they were able to put some runs.
Lane, is it a good sign that your health is better, just seeing how you ran the bases tonight? It just seemed like you were more active than we've seen in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, just feeling good makes you want to be aggressive and do stuff like that for sure.
To get timing, just, in June, and I know you haven't had a ton of at-bats. How tough has that been?
Yeah, shoot, I was out there getting it today. I thought I took a good swing in that fastball in that last at bat. It's just stuff like that. You got to take the positives out of those.
What's the key to getting that when you've missed the time you have? Is it just the more at bats as you can get, as quick as you can get?
Yeah, I think it's we have a lot of technology. Like there's a traject machine that you can kind of get some timing and see some actual velocity and some high velocity machine work and stuff. But
Mentioned that you may feel better than you felt.
who?
Vote.
Oh,
Just mentioned that you feel better than you felt in a long time.
yeah.
Can you maybe just characterize how you feel compared to past years, past months?
Yeah, I had that little foot thing. It's been there for a while, and it's just got worse. Got pretty bad in the off season, and did what I could to get it better. And spring was rough, and just changing cleats and stuff. And it just got to a point where I felt like I needed to do something about it. So, and they all agreed. Seeing some of the doctors and some of our training staff. So I just it's nice being able to run and play good defense and run the bases without kind of hesitating.
When did you turn the corner with that?
I got some injections and just some downtime.
Did they talk to you about, potentially playing a little more right field as well as they move forward?
Not yet. I think at some point I'm sure I will, but yeah, I think that's fine with me. I played there a lot in the past.
What was Miley doing tonight?
He's pitched for a long time because he controls the strike zone. He just throws strikes and throws 3 pitches, a good cut fastball, and I think when you look at his stuff on paper at this point in his career, it all looks, you're like 87, 90 with a changeup. And, I think I think a lot of people underestimate his stuff sometimes. So, props to him. I thought he did pretty well tonight.
How hard is it when he's leaning when you're on first base? And that lean looks, I know he's a vet and is good, but how hard is that move to kind of pick up when he's coming back?
Yeah, I got him once, and it's kind of like, they all tip, and when they all move a glove or move a head first and stuff, and I just tried to get a little too aggressive there. I thought if I can steal a bag and get to second with Fry there, we have a chance to tie that game up, on a base hit. So, a little too aggressive, but